I have to admit, I almost didn't continue the series. The reason why I picked up Wielding the Red Sword was because I enjoyed On a Pale Horse so much. And because George Goodell came back as the narrator. Somewhere along the way, I stopped listening to the narrator. Got hooked on the world Pierce Anthony created. Today we're talking about Wielding the Red Sword. It's the fourth book in the Incarnations of Immortality, part of that series. If you're new here, I review audiobooks that come from an app called Libby. I also review leadership books and books that I find interesting, whether it be Westerns or things of inspiration, a lot of things from the Bible. This audiobook runs just over 10 hours, and it's narrated by George Goodell. He's one of my favorite narrators. Once again, he does an incredible job bringing these characters to life. One thing I've learned in this series is that every book explores a different supernatural office. Book 1 gave us death. This one gives us war. Don't worry, no spoiler review. The main character is Mim, M-Y-M, a prince who unexpectedly becomes the Incarnation of War as Mars. Now that sounds like another fantasy adventure, but it isn't really about battle. It's about responsibility. It's about choosing when to fight. It's about understanding that not every war begins with weapons. Some begin with pride, others with politics, others inside of our own hearts. That's what surprises me. This isn't just action. It's philosophy wrapped up in fantasy. Here's why I enjoy this series. One of my favorite parts of this series is how each book expands the universe. Characters from other books appear, events connect together. You slowly realize this isn't just separate stories. It's just one giant puzzle. Every book adds another piece. That's why I recommend reading these in order. The payoff gets better further you go. Now that is kind of tough with Libby because they have a wait list on things, and some of the books are out of order with it. I think this is a good part where I can let you know I'm shooting this on the Canon R7 along with the Rode wireless mics. These are, I think, the first, maybe second generation of it. I'll try to put the links in the description below, and I'm actually shooting it on 1080p. And now I usually shoot at 30 frames a second. This is at the 24 frames. I get questions on what kind of equipment you use. I'll try to put it in the description. I'm using the 16mm fixed lens from Canon. It's a 2.8 aperture or f-stop. It's July 3rd. Tomorrow is America's birthday, 250 years. I love the 4th. It is my favorite holiday. George Goodell deserves a lot of credit. He doesn't overreact. He simply tells the story. His pacing makes 10 hours disappear. For me, that's one of the biggest reasons why these books work so well together. These are the things I liked. Creative world building. Interesting morale questions. Great narrator. Every book reveals more of a larger story. What I didn't like many other fantasy novels, there are moments where it feels dated. The pacing slows in places, and sometimes Pierce Anthony spends a little too much time explaining ideas that could have been shorter, which I'm very guilty of doing. But overall, I still enjoyed the journey. 7 weeks ago today, oh my hell, my script fell and I grabbed it with my bad arm. Holy crap. Final thoughts. Is it as good as On the Pale Horse? For me, still think book 1 is hard to beat, but this one kept me invested in the series. Now, I want to see where the remaining incarnations go. If you enjoy fantasy that mixes mythology, philosophy, heaven, hell, and real-world choices, you'll probably enjoy this series. Have you read the Immortality of the Incarnation series? Let me know which is your favorite book of the series. Without any spoilers, please. And if you enjoy audiobook reviews like this, hit subscribe because I've got more coming. If you are getting them from Libby, it's a little confusing because it shows it as book 2, The Wielding of a Red Sword. It's actually book number 4 in the series, in the Incarnations of the Immortality. The series has 8 books, and I'm going to try to do a review on each one of these books. Beginning with number 1, On the Pale Horse. Bearing an Hourglass is number 2. With Tangled Skein is number 3. I think that's how you say it. Skein? S-K-E-I-N? Or is that skin? I don't know if that's skin. That's not how you spell skin. I don't know. Book number 4, Wielding a Red Sword. Number 5, Being a Green Mother for Love of Evil and Eternity. And the last one, Under a Velvet Cloak. This book was released as an audio version on Libby in 2015.